The Peter Conley story is one of many stories of children who have lost their lives in the hands of their abusive parents. If you haven't watched the link that I had posted with my speech, please watch it after my presentation. An overview of Peter Conley's story is that he was abused physically, emotionally, mentally, and social service was well aware of it. He was taken out of the home, later to be returned to his stepmother and his physically abusive stepfather. The father at one point tried to kidnap his child, and the child was still returned to the mother. This particular video has impacted me quite a bit. You can find several others under YouTube or other media resources on the internet. I think a lot of times we see stories about children in the news about them being abused or about their deaths, and they fall to deaf ears. We hear them, and then we just go about our days without allowing it to impact us. But the truth is it's a problem, and something needs to be done to help these innocent children. I believe that there should be harsher punishments, and parents should lose their parental rights when they are found guilty of physically harming their children. I know there's a thin line. However, the fact is that child abuse is inordinately complex in the United States. Over 1 million children are being abused annually. And the amount of children being abused, being returned to their parents, and then losing their lives is over 1,000 annually. And that number is not exact due to the fact that a lot of these deaths are being unreported because the parents are the only ones that notice them missing, because they are abused children, often spending their days sheltered in a home. Even some stories show children spending 16 hours a day in a closet all alone. Children who are returned to their abusive parents and don't wind up dead often end up having suffer from trauma, or they become victims of abuse later on in their lives, or become victims or become abusers themselves. As society, or for us as a society, we need to prevent future issues and future crimes and violences by helping these children at a young age instead of allowing them to return to their abusive parents. Often, a lot of times, parents only have to spend sometimes a month in treatment. And a lot of times, abusive parents don't even recognize the fact that they have a problem and that they are abusive. So if you can't recognize a problem, you can't get help for that problem. And what happens is, depending on the state or the county, children can be returned to their abusive parents in less than a month. Now, I'm a mother of 3 myself, and I know that parenting is probably one of the most important jobs a person could ever have in their lives. If I didn't take that job seriously and put all my heart and effort into that job, then I probably shouldn't have that job. And if I were to be working, at a restaurant, or if I were working at a hospital or somewhere else, and I showed aggression, abuse, any of those activities, my job would be terminated. So it is my opinion that children of abuse should not be returned to their parents. Their rights should be terminated. And therefore, they should have to fight very hard for their parental rights. Thank you for your time.